Beautiful day out here in the backyard, and if you guys have been following the channel, you know that I've been carrying the SIG P365, but got quite an upgrade on it, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Very nice. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. The SIG P365. This is a great carry pistol. But if you carry it like I do, you may have noticed that it has a very small grip. So I replaced mine with the Wilson Combat P365 grip module, and what a difference it makes. Before we get started on this video, I want to invite everyone to please subscribe to the channel. Please like, share, and leave me a comment on what you think about the P365 and the Wilson Combat Grip Module. Let's get started. So Wilson Combat is probably best known for their very high-end custom 1911s, which I hope to get one day. I've been running their 1911 magazines for a long time, and they're very reliable. But this, 60 bucks for the Wilson Combat Grip Module for the P365, and it makes a world of difference. So as I said in the intro, I have been carrying the SIG P365 for a while. And the great thing about Sig Sauer, their modern pistols, the P365, P320 series, is that the serialized part of the gun is not the frame, not the grip like it is on most pistols. What it is actually the fire control group inside of it. And so it makes them very modular, which is a really beneficial feature. I didn't realize how much of a big deal that was when I first bought this gun, but it really is, because you can customize the thing so easily. And I have found what I believe is necessary for any P365 owner. This upgrade is so cheap that it doesn't make sense not to get it. So this is the original grip module for my P365. And it's perfectly fine, but the one thing that I noticed about it is just how small the grip feels in your hand. Now, the texture on it is perfectly fine. The pistol is very shootable. Because of the high bore axis that you get with this pistol, it shoots like a much bigger pistol, even though it's so small. It's very easy to control recoil and to be accurate with, which I found is a great surprise, being that it's such a small pistol, so easy to carry concealed. But I gotta admit, the grip felt a little small for me. And Wilson Combat is a company that I have a ton of respect for. They make fantastic 1911s. I've shot the Hackathorn Special. That gun is absolutely incredible. Someday I hope to get like an SFX9 or just one of their double stack 1911s. They make really, really nice, like custom 1911s that are hand fit, beautiful pistols. But they also make, I run Wilson Combat magazines in my Springfield 1911s, both 45 ACP and 9mm. They make great magazines for 1911s as well. Very reliable. I've always been impressed with Wilson Combat products, but they're not cheap, because generally, especially in firearms, you usually get what you pay for. And so usually it's worth paying extra for something good. Well, this is something that surprised me. This Wilson Combat Grip Module for the P365 is not expensive. It costs less than a stipple job would for a regular, like polymer frame pistol. Say you're going to get your Glock grip stippled. It would cost a lot more than this entire grip module, which has amazing stippling. This thing is just fantastic, and there's a lot of features about it. We're going to go up close and look at them. But what I noticed today Today was the first time I was able to shoot it since I put this on here a couple days ago. It came in the mail. Immediately put it together because I was excited to get it. I've wanted to get this for a long time and finally just pulled the trigger, so to say. It makes the gun that much more shootable because the grip just fills your hand out that much better. The texture on the front and the back strap are very aggressive, but the texture on the sides, where it's got the Wilson Combat like starburst pattern, is not as aggressive. And so it's more comfortable to carry against your skin, but it still holds on to your hand better than the original grip module did. In my opinion, this is a necessary upgrade to a SIG P365. Just like I've always said that the Apex trigger is necessary for the M&P 2.0, I believe that the Wilson Combat grip module is the necessary upgrade that you need for your P365. So let's go up and take a look at this thing. We're going to compare it with the original grip module, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So here we see my original P365 grip module. This has the extended 12-round magazine in it. Flush fit 10-rounder for extremely deep concealment. And then this is the 10-rounder that I normally carry with the pinky extension. I like it because you're able to get a full grip without your pinky hanging over, but it still doesn't really add any length to the part of the gun that would normally print. And the biggest reason that I got the P365 is because it's small and light. And so for a carry pistol, it's a really fantastic option. And like I said, with that high bore axis, you could shoot it as well as you could shoot a much larger pistol generally. I find myself being very accurate, very effective with this gun. But that grip is small. It's thin. Even with the extended magazine, yeah, you can get a full grip on it, but you see how much my hands wrap around it? And also, it's kind of missing texture in what I think is kind of a key area. So, this is where the Wilson Combat grip module comes in. Take a look at the two of these side by side. The Wilson Combat is thicker. And one of the big things that I love about the P365 is how thin it is, because that's what makes it so comfortable to carry. But this is the part that doesn't really matter if it's thicker when it comes to carrying, is what I've found. When this is inside an inside the waistband holster, like the one I've been carrying in recently, it fits exactly the same way with this grip module as it did with the original. And I haven't noticed any difference as far as the thickness of the grip making any difference as far as carrying comfortably or as far as printing goes. So you can know for sure that if you get this grip module, it will fit in any of your standard P365 holsters still. But that added thickness just fills out your hand a little better. It just feels like you have a better grip on the gun and you have more control over it. The texture on the back strap, I don't know if you could see that in the camera, but it is much more aggressive than the texture on the stock grip module. And same with on the front strap. Although it does have the same finger groove for your middle finger up there, but then it has texture all the way up here, which the stock one does not. Now it also comes with your mag release, which was very easy to install. And in fact, the whole thing was very easy to install. So let's just take a look at this real quick. When you pull your slide off of this gun, this fire control group comes right out of it. You knock this one pin out and the whole thing just comes out as a single unit, which is kind of the magic of the P365, and it's what makes it so modular and so easy to customize. And so all you do is you pull that out of your original grip module, comes right out, drop it into the Wilson Combat, put your new mag release in, and you're good to go. The whole thing took about 5 minutes. Anybody can do it. You don't need to be a gunsmith or to really have any kind of advanced understanding of how guns are put together or how they work. Really, anybody can do it. And that's the cool thing about this gun. And the thing only costs $60. literally $60, and you can have a completely different grip. So I felt like at that price, it was worth trying no matter what. One of the big things I like about this is it comes with an extended, almost like 1911-esque beaver tail there. So let's put this back together real quick, and you can see what I mean. So with this extended beaver tail on there and the undercut on the trigger guard, you can get an even higher grip on the gun than you can already, which you could already get a great high purchase on this gun. But with this Wilson Combat Grip module, you can get an even higher grip on it, making it that much easier to control recoil, that much easier to shoot the gun well. With the more aggressive grip texture on the front and back strap, it doesn't move in your hand no matter what, whether your hands are wet, sweaty, whatever. We went out today, it was snowy and wet out there. I didn't see any issues with it. But the other thing is on the side panels of it here, it has that Wilson Combat Starburst pattern, which for one thing to me, it just looks great. And aesthetics are important. I don't care who you talk to. You want your gun to look cool. And man, that just looks cool. The original P365 looks perfectly fine, but that just looks a heck of a lot better, in my opinion. And the other thing about that is instead of the sandpaper grip texture, I don't know exactly how to explain this texture. It grips really well, but it's much smoother on your skin if you're carrying inside the waistband. So say you're carrying this appendix or something and it's against your belly, or if you're carrying it like the 3:30, 4 o'clock position like I do, this is not going to rub your skin raw, not going to bother you in any way. Now it still has the same exact kind of proprietary rail that the P365 normally has. So your same P365 lights, lasers, accessories will work on this just fine. I think for now I'm going to carry it as is just because I actually like this holster a little bit better, and it doesn't accommodate the light. But I do have a Core Essentials belt coming soon, which we're going to review for concealed carry, and we might even be getting a new holster for this gun. Kind of going on a whole concealed carry thing right now, making my carry gun as ideal as I can. And this is the first step to that, this P365 grip module from Wilson Combat. This thing is awesome. I highly, highly recommend it. The SIG P365 is a super reliable, super compact carry gun, which is the whole reason I got it. But the grip is a little bit too small. And the Wilson Combat grip really makes a difference. Works. So if you followed my channel at all, if you know one thing about me, you know that I just can't leave well enough alone. Every single firearm here, except, nope, even the AK at this point, every single one of them, I have to modify, adjust, customize in some way to make it more of the gun that I want it to be. And the only gun that I hadn't really done that to was my concealed carry gun. The gun that is on me more often than any of the others, the one that I'm most likely to end up having to use in a defensive situation someday. Now, hopefully that never happens, obviously. But if it is ever going to happen, this is the most likely pistol, the most likely firearm that will be used in a situation like that. So why wouldn't I make my concealed carry gun ideal for me as well? And the Wilson Combat Grip module, man, it makes a huge difference. Literally, the minute that I put the fire control group into this grip module and put the slide on it and put it in my hand, I could tell immediately that I was going to love it. It just fills your hand that much better. That little bit of added thickness, added back strap, higher beaver tail makes a real big difference. And it just makes the gun feel a little bit more substantial in your hands because this is a very small gun. The other thing that this did for me is that it kind of opened me up to all kinds of other possibilities of the P365. And now I've been looking into all kinds of different grip modules, slides, barrels, aftermarket accessories And the really cool thing about the P365 is you can use one fire control unit and make as many guns as you want. So I can put on the XL slide and frame. I can make a bigger gun for winter carry, and then put this slide and grip on it for summer carry and have a very small gun for when I'm just using, like shorts and a t-shirt. And they can all be the same serialized gun, just have one fire control unit and multiple different configurations. And that's one of the cool things about the SIG P365 series. And it's something that I'm definitely going to take advantage of. I think the next upgrade on this one, you can buy just the X series flat face trigger shoe for it. And it's not very expensive either. You can get it right from SIG's website. They'll ship it to you, pull out your fire control unit, put the flat facing trigger in, and you're good to go. And so I think I'm going to do that, because if there's another thing you guys know about me, you know that I love flat triggers. Almost all of my aftermarket triggers are flat trigger shoes. I just think that you get a little bit better leverage on them, a little bit more tactile, feedback. And they just feel better to me. I like them. I like flat triggers. So for another $50, I can put a flat trigger in here, have it just like the same trigger that you get on the X or the XL model, or now the 365X macro model. They've all got that flat trigger. So I believe that it is an upgrade. We'll see. I think that's the next thing we're dropping into this. And we'll probably do a whole series where, make multiple iterations of the SIG P365. But for this one, I just want to say I highly recommend the Wilson Combat Grip Module. They make them for the 365, the 365 XL, the P320. They make them for a bunch of SIGs across the board, which is really cool. They're very affordable, and they make a huge difference in just how your gun feels in your hand and how well it shoots. It just feels so much more substantial, and it feels like I just have a much better grip on the gun. SIG P365, Wilson Combat Grip Module. Definitely makes it easy to shoot. So if you have a SIG P365 and you're trying to take advantage of that modularity that I'm talking about, and you don't want to spend a whole ton of money, but you want to kind of get your feet wet, I recommend the Wilson Combat Grip Module 1000%. I really do. I think this is a fantastic upgrade that is not very expensive, and it makes a world of difference. Tell me what you guys think. I want to hear your comments, read your comments, whatever. Let me know if you shoot the P365, if you've been using, what grip module you've been using, because there's a lot of them on the market, not just Wilson Combat. Wilson Combat just happens to be the most affordable one that has a good reputation. But there's like Icarus Precision. You can get metal grip modules for these. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the P365. So I want to know what you guys have done with your P365s, what you think the best upgrades for this platform are. Maybe give me a little bit of inspiration for what else I could do with this, because right now I am inspired. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with all your friends, leave me those comments, and definitely subscribe to the channel. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.